Welcome back, Shrub Crafters or Shrub Junkies. Today is a interview with me of the top 25 most random questions I could find online. So I got my phone in front of me and I just looked it up and it said it's Glassdoor's 25 oddball interview questions. I've not yet looked at these, so these are going to be my answers for the ShrubCraft channel. So here we go, Shrub Junkies. If you were to get rid of one state in the U.S., which would it be and why? One state. I would say it's the state of dependence. Dependence on others. So, does that count as a state? I didn't say which state, so it's a state in the U.S. So there's dependence on others. That would be my state to get rid of. How many cows are in Canada? Do they have cows? I'm going to guess, based on South Park, that there's probably, this is a tough one. I'd say 47. 47. How many quarters do you need to reach the height of the Empire State Building? Well, if I divide the Empire State Building into 4, that'd be 4 quarters. Okay, a penguin walks through that door. That door. Right now wearing a sombrero. What does he say and why is he here? Jeez. Penguin with a sombrero. I'm trying to think of something funny, but all I can imagine is like, wow, it's hot in here. Give me all your money. Send me back to Antarctica. Yeah. What song best describes my work ethic? My work ethic. Jeez, a song that describes my work ethic. The Sound of Silence. It doesn't really describe my ethic. That's how I want to work, away from others. Jeff Bezos walks into your office and says you can have $1 million to launch your best entrepreneurial idea. What is it? Well, whoever Jeff Bezos is, if he has $1 million, my best idea would have to be my ShrubCraft channel and some of my ShrubCraft inventions, such as my ShrubCraft tin can full of stuff. And lots of other inventions you have yet to see. What do you think about when you are alone in your car? Why does everybody else not know how to drive? How would you rate your memory? What are we doing? I forgot what we were doing. Anyway, name 3 previous Nobel Prize winners. 3 previous. Well, I would say Oppenheimer, probably Einstein, and if he didn't, I would say Teddy Roosevelt, only because of his CCC in the Civilian Conservation Corps, which got people out in the woods, got people jobs, and did an all-around great thing for this country. So if they didn't give it to him, I nominate Teddy Roosevelt. Can you say Peter Pepper picked a pickled pepper and cross-sell a washing machine at the same time? So Peter Pepper, I thought it was Peter Piper, picked a pick of pickled peppers while cross-washing his machine? That's very random. If we came to your house for dinner, what would you prepare for us? I would have to say, if you just walked in for dinner, I'd probably figure out why my door was unlocked. And then I'd ask you what you like. And you probably have a choice of between chicken, bacon, with a side of bacon, and raccoon or beaver. Actually, I do have a wild turkey down there too, so maybe a possum. There's probably some squirrel in there. Yeah, actually, I got a squirrel, raccoon, possum, beaver, and a turkey. So, and then we got chicken, burger, and bacon. So, you could have your choice. Let's see. How would people communicate in a perfect world? In the woods. With knives and fire. And they wouldn't work jobs. But we would have free health care No, just kidding. We don't need free healthcare. You get a job and you pay for your own healthcare. Yeah, we'd communicate in the perfect world. We would communicate in the woods. How do you make a tuna sandwich? Oh, that could get me in trouble. I was going to say you don't. You have someone make you a sandwich. But I take tuna, whip it up with some mayonnaise, a little fresh lemon pepper, and then toasted bread on a cast iron skillet with cheese. White or orange. Government processed. Or Swiss or anything else, but any cheese as long as it's melted with some toasty butter. My wife and I are going on vacation. Where would you recommend? Oh, since I'm reading them, where would I recommend? Fiji. Absolutely, hands down, Fiji. Coolest people in the world that I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of different places. Fiji. Bula! It's one of the friendliest places. In 2001 when I went, 2002, they just had a military coup, and they were still waving, like they all had guns, and they're all waving. Bula! So, been there a couple of times, and absolutely recommend it. So, Fiji, you fly into Nandi, and then I would go down towards Suva by the capital, and we used to stay at Bang Lagoon, as well as a couple other places. So anywhere there is just phenomenal, but go with a real village nearby, because it's the absolute experience you can't miss. You are head chef at a restaurant. Oh, head chef at a restaurant, and your team has been selected to be on Iron Chef. How do you prepare the team for the competition, and how do you leverage the competition at your restaurant? That's pretty easy. We bring out a secret ingredient called bacon, prosciutto, side of bacon, and probably some more prosciutto and some bacon. When you take that, then you cross that with like whatever they're serving, create a white cream sauce with lots of butter, some garlic, and you serve it on whatever they ask you to do. So I don't care if they ask you to serve like a glazed donut. You wrap that shit in bacon, prosciutto, some melty cheese, and a little bit of butter. If you have to fry it up somehow, you do that. So that's how we do it. And we leverage it with a heart attack. You feed them so much of that stuff that the other team just dies from a heart attack. Estimate how many windows are in New York. I would think that most people are Mac users now. I mean, Windows just has too many viruses, so I'm going to say pass. What's your favorite song? Perform it for us now. Probably Master of Puppets. And I will have to edit in a guitar of me playing Master of Puppets. Master! Master! Just call my name, and we'll get through this faster! Calculate the angle of 2 o'clock pointers when time is... Oh. Calculate the angle of 2 clock pointers when time is 11:50. There. See, if it's backwards, it could be like... Anyway, 11:50. Have you ever stolen a pen from work? What do you think I have right here? Pick 2 celebrities to be your parents. I would have to say, like, Errol Flynn crossed with Bruce Willis. And... this is a hard one. But, I would have to say... Man. I'm just thinking, like, so, okay, so we got Errol Flynn and Bruce Willis. And I would say for the mom, would have to be, and I cannot remember her name, even though she's awesome, Mel Brooks's chick in most of his movies. She ended up dying. She plays the It's twoo. It's twoo. How many Schnitzengruben does it take? Come on, you know. So in Blazing Saddles, Madeline. Anyway, her crossed with the chick from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, who's also in Young Frankenstein, along with Madeline. What's her name? Kahn. Madeline Kahn. There you go. So Madeline Kahn crossed with the blonde from Close Encounters. Yeah, that gives me like 4 parents, but if they meld them together, you get this weird cross offspring of me. So, what kitchen utensil would you be? Kitchen utensil. Well, I mean, you know, a knife, because I can stab things and cut things, but then also a spatula, because then I could slap some sense into society. So, if you had turned your cell phone to silent and it rang really loudly despite it being on silent, what would you tell me? I'm not sure I would tell you anything. But if I put it to silent and it rang real loudly, despite it being on silent, I'd be like, okay, and that doesn't really bother me. Now, if you had snuck into my cell phone and changed my like ring setting to some really weird ringtone, probably say like, what the beep? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate me as an interviewer. So since I'm doing the interview of myself, I want to say you're a 10, but you can rate me below. If you could be anyone else, who would you be? If I could be anybody else, gotta be Indiana Jones. Gotta be Indiana Jones, for obvious reasons. How would you direct someone else on how to cook an omelet? If they were cooking it for me, I would direct them to a restaurant that made omelets. Kind of picky in my food. I know how to make an omelet. But if I was going to do an omelet, I'd probably just do eggs over easy with lemon pepper sauce. Or not sauce, lemon pepper, fresh. So that is the top 25 random questions I could find. So in the meantime, thanks. Dude, that goes back with whatever 24 was. Apparently there's an ad playing for Lexus. So, that was my response. Dude. So thank you for tuning in. Again, this is ShrubCraft, sponsored by Red Eagle Trapping, and me, Aaron. Hope you found this entertaining, and if you didn't, beep off. That's okay. In the meantime, hope that answers some questions. That does show you some of my personality, and I'm actually very shy. So the fact that I'm even trying to do a YouTube channel is actually because of a buddy of mine in Florida who thinks I should, because he says I have a lot of useless knowledge. He says I have knowledge. I think it's a lot of useless knowledge, but I do have a lot of cool stuff, and I'm very opinionated. So, and opinions are just like assholes. Everybody's got them. Some people have multiples. Assholes, that is. Opinions, that is. So I have multiple assholes that are in my life. They're usually like co-workers or something like that. But anyway, hope you found this interesting, entertaining. In the meantime, shrub on. Thanks for watching. Master. I swear I can play.